Hello?
What's up?
Wow.
Doesn't seem to be lagging too much for now. If it lags a lot, I'll do something else. But for now, it should be okay.
You can always lower my res if you need me to.
No worries. I mean, I'm just chilling. I have nothing I'm particularly doing. Just gonna do some grinding. I actually have to go all the way to Cadres, and I'm in Grana, which is on the other side of the map.
You have expelled one who was stained in vanity.
Why are you chuckling?
You are now one step closer to your rehabilitation. It's a delightful thing indeed.
He's like, you have expelled one. My brain was instantly like,
However,
please tell me he's going to
that
continue that
man's remarks
sentence.
are concerning. It seems another has made their way into the metaverse.
I don't get it. Oh no.
Never mind, it's all good.
Oh no, is there a joke there? I don't understand. Oh no. Did he? No, yeah, I'm not gonna. It's fine.
It's good.
But your rehabilitation
I'm not gonna ask.
is progressing smoothly. That is for
That is a
certain.
good choice.
May the devotion to your rehabilitation grow even deeper. I have high hopes for you.
I have high hopes for you.
I actually forgot about something, so I'm fixing it on the side while I play.
No worries. Take your time. We're vibing. Oh, should have dropped this down. I'm gonna be.
I can't tell if it's my cell phone or if it's.
Oh, the audio for your game
Yeah.
and the new ringtone.
Other than that, his demeanor seems to have softened a bit. Is
I
that the
have
change
about
of heart?
1,000 enemies I have to still kill.
I see. I was curious and looked into Kamoshida as well. It's as if he was an entirely different person. With the same
That was a
behavior
what
as Sensei.
was that about?
I'm sorry to have taken your time. That's all I wanted
Wait,
to tell you.
so he confessed?
Oh,
He has not confessed yet.
I'll try asking him about
So
the
Madarami's
black
acting
intruder from the
weird. He's
palace when
acting
the time is
very
right.
timid.
Goodbye then. This time for sure.
And Yosuke's saying that he can tell something's happened to him, and then he said he looked into Kamoshida
Again. It appears you were lying low.
and
lately.
was like, "Oh, it's very
What's
similar
the
to what happened to him."
Gotcha.
Really? Is it just my imagination then? Anyhow, I wish the culprit would come forward soon. It's absurd to pretend I can do the police's job. I wish he considered my feelings before asking me this.
Gotta just mute myself to Schleppy real quick, but I'm gonna be doing a little bit of grinding. Gonna be I got this like Cadres thing, Marnie Stone. I'm about 1,000 away from finishing it, so I'm just gonna do that today. And then most likely.
Hey there.
I mean, we've already hit 60, so I've graduated one other character before, which is my sorceress. So, but I didn't do anything after I graduated her. I just started my Shai immediately.
And everybody gets a counseling session
So what I might do
with the snacks guy.
is, I think there was like a season quest line after graduation. So we might do that afterward and see what that's about, because I haven't done that before. But yeah, just quick. But for now, we have to first get all the way to Cadres. I'll mute myself now.
Well,
Drink some water.
how about it?
I'm like slowly waking up
Sorry.
I'm doing an early posture check.
That's right. I need to fix my chair. Back on auto.
So I'm gonna turn on my fan because it's a little
I'm
toasty.
sorry.
A little toasty warm.
There. That's for real?
For real? Hmm.
Right, auto's on.
Quite.
We put some of this stuff away with the storage. Berries. Won't be everything. Whatever. The sigh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. What the hell?
I want to know what the recording was like for all the VAs. There's like, you have to say this like 1,000 times in different ways.
What the hell?
You have to sigh a bunch.
I mean, I'm sure they're used to it.
Huh?
I feel like
Oh, 100%.
all anime, they just need you to say all kinds of random sighs and things. That's all we got. We'll put the rest away in Alton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually,
Darn, next time.
Wait, what happened?
Morgana said, "Oh, I was going to tell you something. The other day, I almost got kidnapped." And one of the responses is "Darn, next time."
Yes. Oh my god. Sorry, it's hard to read it, the text since it's so small on my screen.
hey.
Hey.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
That's a good question as to who I want to hang out with. That's how you do it. So we can go hang out with Juan.
So, are you doing like dating sim stuff at this point?
Pretty much, it's just regular day-to-day stuff since I've already cleared the.
Oh yeah, are you
I've
going
already-
to try to date on to spite Morgana? Or are you gonna go for your favorite character?
I'm just gonna go
wait
for
for now.
the terrible thing and just do them all.
Oh my! But you said they don't notice, right? So I guess
They don't notice until Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Actually, do they also notice on Christmas? They get depressed on Christmas, I think.
damn! But do they like forget it the next day?
Yeah, no, nothing else happens. There's no repercussions.
All right.
if you do all of On's, you don't have to date her at the end, but if you do all of On's, you get to figure out what happened to Shio.
Oh, I see. So that would be like an incentive.
Yeah.
God, how far are we still?
You're stupid. You're an airhead. You're unique.
Oh, we're almost there, actually.
Do I have enough guts for this? I don't know if I do or not.
Do you have enough friendship to say something like that?
She was asking me to phase her, and so I called her two mean things, and then I said I love you.
Now her falling for it. Bring it on. Why is she crouched?
I feel like this will make her persona stronger.
Sorry.
Sorry. I do wonder if there's anyone at Cadre's right now. Hopefully no, not that many people, because we do need to grind there for a little bit and get our Marnie stone fully charged. We're super close though, like really, really close. Like 1,000 at Cadre's is nothing.
Kind of wish they would have voiced a little more of these, but I get it. The smaller ones, they can't voice everything.
These are voiced exactly like how all the JRPGs are whenever they're...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just doing any kind of quest that's not the main. It's a Final Fantasy where they hit you with the dead silence. I do like that they decided to keep that though. In Final Fantasy, they were like, "We'll just embrace that." That's just something we had in the past, and we'll keep it now.
There will be a lot of dialogue if they voiced every single line in a Final Fantasy game.
But I mean, they could do the thing where it's like, you know, they're like, oh, ah,
yeah,
yeah,
the reactions.
yeah, but they don't do that at all.
All right.
Is what I say. Especially in 14, I can't even imagine all the dialogue.
Oh yeah.
God.
Bye.
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 Oh damn, I was supposed to stop it. Also no. Okay, we're good. We're okay. We'll be able to stop there.
Ah, you're back.
I want to know how it is that they think Madarame can call the police and say, these kids trespassed. I want them put in jail. When the police never saw us, nobody else ever saw us, and Yosuke lives there.
I don't know. Other than the cameras, that's all I can say. If he's got
I
cameras
guess.
installed.
But Yosuke let us in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I mean, they've had situations where someone's living in the house that has done something, like invite people in to cause problems. They'd get in trouble for that,
True.
I think. Let's drop this stuff.
Hey!
Because what else should I be?
I'm a chef too.
Chef shift too.
Do you have anything new, or is it still the other stuff?
And taking though. That's the only thing. I don't do it just for the sake of doing it. Because then I don't want to get tired of it for no reason.
Wanna head back?
I don't think these cause any problems. Okay. We might want to get some potions.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Loot scroll. I accidentally opened these. And now I have to do all of them. I don't know if I can stomach 2 hours of it, but at least one.
In the end.
When you open it, it gives you
Telling-
like 8. And you have to, each one's an hour. But luckily it has like 30 days before it expires.
Telling me that game doesn't have a way that you can just AFK grind through it?
Jeez.
No, not on this. Maybe if you were on mobile. This is definitely not an AFK. I mean, it could be an AFK game. Yeah. They have some situations you could.
You know the answer?
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
This is it.
Well
This one I
done.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but this one always stuck out to me. That
The answer is
The,
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
so Sir Arthur Conan Doyle is the one who wrote Sherlock Holmes,
Mm-hmm.
but she asked a question about another author who used another detective's name in a book of his, and it asks who it was, and it's like, oh, it's Sherlock Holmes. So it was Sir Arthur.
It would make
Conan
sense
Doyle.
because you know he's famous. He's famous author.
But he changed it to Herlock Sholmes.
No one will guess.
No one will guess.
Could not have
Nice
made that any
going.
more difficult to figure out.
Yep.
Almost at Cadry's.
Hey, there you are. I need your help with something.
Need your help with something.
I
Oh,
found this
this
flyer
person.
stuffed in my mailbox.
Oh, it's this. Oh, yes.
Oh no.
Finally.
Housekeeping service. It says that a cute maid will do anything for you. A maid, dude. A maid! maid. Who'll do
Oh, damn,
anything
this
for
one.
us?
Got too close.
Right? Right?
What is he
maid service.
imagining? I swear.
You're a guy, right? You know what I mean.
You're a
Give it
guy,
try.
right?
Yeah? Yeah? Luckily, some guy on my floor just moved out, so there's a vacant apartment in my complex. The key is behind the mailbox, so we can get in anytime. The landlord seriously doesn't care. The place is all set, so... Hey! I heard that! What the hell? Can I get in on this?
Can get it on.
You mean you're into this kind of stuff? Wow. Okay.
He is way too
I'm
excited.
not into it. It's just for research. What does it mean that they'll do anything? And do the maids look exactly as they're advertised? We need to determine whether or not this company just pretends to offer housekeeping services.
Oh, that's the one right in here already. Oops. Okay, we're gonna have to go. I'll let them have their spot. They're here
Just
first.
want to punish the bad guys. And in order to do that, I have to see it with my own eyes.
Yeah, we gotta see it with our own
I don't know what he's expecting out of a maid service. It's literally a maid service. Oh no.
We'll have to do this at night. So
It's not like they're like, this is a special maid service.
So what's the code
I
name for
mean-
this operation?
I don't know.
When we hire maids, we don't expect that there's gonna be something on the side happening.
It's Japan, though. You never know.
I think that's a bit of a overgeneralization. It's the same way when people are like, oh, whenever there's that, brother-sister trope in anime, that's just how it is in Japan. But it's definitely not how it
I
is
thought
in
you were talking about
Japan.
Alabama.
Yeah.
nice. I like that.
I thought it was cousins and
No, it's
in
always brother or
Japan.
sister. They always say that, but it's not true. Normal people don't think like that. It's just a really weird trope in anime that's considered degenerate even to the regular Japanese people. It's safe here.
Should be the street.
Oh, I'm running off.
My eyes are so watery.
Why is it so warm?
I
Go
just
get
saw
some allergy
Barbie.
medicine.
But I want to do. Oh yeah, I do have to wait for night to do this. Probably. Well, let's do Tacoma. Or
Allergies are so
Sorry.
annoying.
Oh! As I thought. Doesn't look like there's anyone here.
Please head to the exam room.
oh my mouse is dying. Not that I'm using it right now.
Your mouse is dying? Oh, like battery?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anyone here. Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna fix my hair. It keeps me in my face.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
It's me.
Oh.
They call her the plague. I forgot about that.
Oh. I didn't expect him to spawn already. There must be some people grinding nearby enough that I accidentally got him. More loot for me, I guess. Oops.
All right.
Hello?
Every time she says hello, I keep thinking someone's joining the voice call.
Hello.
Hello. Like, I would think it's Nyx if Nyx was like more. I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to say it, but like put together, like really like.
Take care.
You know what I mean? Like, not with the unhinged tone that she usually joins the. Like, hello? But if she was joining normally. You know what I mean, right? Because she has a really nice voice, but she usually. I still remember the first time I heard her in the Minecraft thing, and I was like, yeah, she's got a nice voice. And I don't think she's spoken like that ever again.
I'm gonna remember that. Next time I see Nyx, I'm gonna say, Nyx, I appreciate your unhinged voice.
I mean, I'm not like I'm hiding it. It's true.
Looks like Mishima's waiting for us in.
Yeah, let's just get this maid service thing over with.
My nose is all itchy.
Not him too. Why is she cackling now? What's going on?
Now that you guys have like made me like seriously focus on what their like little one-liner things happen, it's changed this game for me.
Yeah, he's like, why are you telling me this, buddy? My nose is so itchy. Okay. What do you want me to do?
All right.
Alright, time for Maid Watch. Operation Maid Watch.
Is that really what you decided to call it?
That's what he called it.
Really?
Right there. He's just saying it right there.
Yeah.
Who's calling? I'm calling.
How'd you miss?
Of course they answered. They don't put flyers out for nothing.
Hey.
What? My durability is low. I just got here. Ugh. I need to get a tent so I can fix my gear and that. I don't have to ask
Okay, a maid service that you call and they're available in 20 minutes. Do you think that's a shady thing?
Well, again, it just depends. What do they say that they're offering? Because some people do show up
Services.
for cleaning.
Anything. 20 minutes though? That's...
Listen, like, if you're gonna always suspect something as being weird and suspicious like that, that's very strange behavior on your part.
I only say it because I know what's happening.
Well, yeah, obviously. Again, it's only possible because it's an anime game. It's like
Should we hold a strategy meeting to discuss?
not the strategy, dude. Like, unless it's explicitly stated, do not ever automatically assume.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. You know, I'm saying as a general PSA.
Oh no, all these bitches are following me.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Sophia Jack. Hello. Welcome on in. Let me trim. Oh,
What?
what? Oh, yeah. Spirit.
Wait,
Wait.
Why would how old you are matter when it comes to housekeeping?
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. She's here.
So is this like a side quest for him? For
It's,
Ryuji?
it unlocks 2 confidants. It unlocks Mishima, which is the other guy.
What's a confidant
and then
again?
it's the social link, like the what was it? It was like Scarlet Nexus, like your teammates, where you have like the interactions and they get better skills and stuff from doing it.
Mm.
So if for every confidant, which is like Ryuji on Morgana, will unlock Mishima and a few will unlock a lot more. But each of them has like as you level them up, you get better skills and you're able to make stronger personas.
Mm.
So in this case, I'm unlocking the moon, which is Mishima, and then I'm going to unlock Temperance, I believe, with the maid. And the specific maid has a very, very strong ability when you get them up to level 10.
Oh, damn.
oh, my bad, man.
And she's one that you want to get?
What?
Or are you
Yes.
just collecting it to collect it?
I'm collecting it to collect it, but it's funny. The maid's here.
The maid's here.
Welcome home, Master.
Not the welcome home master. My goodness.
Recognize that voice.
I do not.
Probably it's Becky. Her name's Becky, by the way.
Gotcha.
Not the nice to me out you.
Oh, I need to go repair my gear.
So basics are cooking, cleaning, but there are other, and then in air quotes it says services to provide if you desire.
Gotcha.
And now
Oh,
she's
you
saying
know
that-
what? That reminds me of I think it was on TikTok or something I had seen where they have like something similar in the US. But it's like they don't do it extra services, but they will do it in the nude, like whatever you want them
Oh
to
yeah,
clean.
nude maids.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of this.
So I was like, whoa, okay. Interesting.
I mean, sure. To be honest, I would rather my maid service show up when I'm not here and clean my house and I come home to a clean house. But if you want to sit around and watch a naked person do your do your cleaning, I guess.
Or if you're like my mom, who whenever she hires any maid service, she wants to be there to make sure they're doing it the way she wants And then it's like there's nothing out of place. And I'm just like, Mom, please stop breathing down their necks. But also I get it because, you know, it's her house. She doesn't want
We had
anything.
a maid service when I was a kid. My single mother had to deal with 4 children, so she once a week had a maid service come through and clean the house. And they actually did a really nice job, as I remember as a kid, because all my toys would be cleaned up and put in their place, blah blah blah. And one time my mom didn't know that I got out of school on a half day, and I showed up and the maids were there, and the maids took care of me while waiting for my mom to get
Really?
home.
Aw.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do all that, I guess, but that's really nice. Goodness.
They were like, "Who is this child that has appeared on the front door? This is my house." I was like 4 or 5. And they were just like, "Okay, if you want to sit on the couch, watch cartoons, here's some crackers."
Oh yeah, you're just a child. That's really nice
I
of
was
them
still
to
a
do
kid.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I have actual memories of that day. I remember sitting on the couch and I remember eating they're not saltines, they're rectangular and they're more buttery than saltines. They're not as dry, and I cannot remember I'm pretty sure they're Keebler crackers of some sort. Anyways, I remember the crackers, and I remember sitting there watching cartoons.
My mom only ever gets them for after like a huge party she might have thrown, but like maybe once or twice a year. But we used to have like a nanny that lived with us for a long time because my parents both worked. But it's just for my little sister. When I was little, I had to stay at people's houses. But she got a whole nanny.
She got a whole nanny, and I had to go live with other people.
Yeah, I mean the financial situation when I was a kid versus when she's a child is huge. So I never really resented it, and plus I was having sleepovers all the time.
Are you perhaps in high school?
That girl is in high
College.
school?
No, she's talking to me.
Oh, okay. She's
She's like,
making
"Are you
sure
perhaps
that
in high
she's not
school?"
doing anything illegal.
You're not lying to me, are you?
Him with his baby face.
I'll wait to provide those other services until you've matured a bit.
That's
So I'll be
embarrassing that
going
you
now.
asked her about that.
No,
Oh.
she was asking me if I was in high school, and then I said I was in college.
Oh no, I mean you asked her about the services. That's funny to me.
Oh,
She's like, I'm gonna make sure this is not. I won't get fired for this.
is someone there? Because they both ditched out on the balcony because they didn't want to get caught.
That's funny.
And she knows their names for some reason.
Did they sign up for it?
Do you recognize her now?
No, I cannot. I can't see anything. I'm only going
Oh,
off of
okay.
you saying stuff and what I hear.
Gotcha. If you can't see anything, the image of my teacher in a maid costume has appeared.
What? No way! Are you serious? Well, hold on, let me pull up the Discord. Oh, it doesn't even look like her though. I wouldn't have recognized her. But when you say it's her, I see the similarity.
It is 100% her.
So the teacher works as a maid who does extra services? Oh boy. Or I guess, what do you call it? Like, she's like a straight up sex worker, I guess.
Yes,
Goodness.
it's me, your homeroom teacher.
And she recognized him then. He didn't recognize her when she showed up?
He was looking away the entire time.
Oh, gotcha.
Hey.
Order the Black Spirit. What do we call them?
What do you mean? And that's up to you. She's asking if I'll give it away to the school.
I mean,
One of
she
the
would
options is
obviously
that's up
get
to you.
fired. She's like, am I about to get blackmailed by a student? I wonder if the PE teacher, the evil one, if he knew about this.
I don't believe anybody at the school knows. But I do like, if you're going to side with the teacher, side with me. I'm in charge of your class after all.
She's like, either I can make you fail or you keep this a secret.
If you promise not to tell the other teachers, I'll do anything for you. That doesn't sound suspicious at all.
Oh yeah, no.
Should I don't think I've ever taken the any air quotes anything route. I know it's not anything bad, but I'm curious.
Hey.
Oh, I wish I could see what's happening. I'm so curious. You're gonna have to like do a little narration for me because I cannot read anything. Well,
Gotcha.
flipping around over here.
So basically, she was like, "I'll do anything if you won't tell anybody," and I said anything with the air quotes, and she looked pissed and then said, "You know, it'd be really bad if people knew you called a maid service, right?" She's like, "How about we just forget about this and not deal with it? Just don't tell anyone at school."
Did Ryuji and the other guy, did they notice?
They ran off, so
Oh, so they don't know it was her.
they don't know. Yeah.
Oh?
Huh?
Oh. Yosuke's basically saying, like, being like, I don't have a mentor anymore. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But he's happy to be a part of the Phantom Thieves.
That's nice.
Oh yeah.
I guess I could probably leave my horse here and she'd be safe.
Oh right, I have to go save her from the other teacher who's prying into their wait, is that Makoto? No. I don't think Makoto started chasing me yet. Is she? No, she's not around yet. So Morgana's saying, hey, maybe we should go talk to the teacher about what happened last night, and because one of the other teachers is prying into their lives outside of school.
Mm-hmm.
And I find her in the hallway with another teacher staring her down.
I don't think I've been there before.
So,
Hold on. Okay, let's go here. Who is this teacher?
So this is the English teacher who's been prying into all the other teachers after Kamoshida's big problem.
Mm-hmm.
She's basically trying to be like the teacher police.
Oh, it looks like the Inquisitor.
The Inquisitor, yes. And she is prying into our homeroom teacher's life, trying to be like, why are you leaving work as soon as work's over? And
What kind of question is that? Why do you leave when you're off the clock?
She's like, I hope you're not running around all night.
Well, I would go home, straight home. I don't care.
what?
Oh, so do you have to like help her keep this a secret?
Yeah, so I'm showing up and pretending like she's giving me tutoring lessons.
Finished it. Nice.
And it worked. Also, I don't... Would it be weird for a teacher to meet up with you after school, not at the school, to do tutoring?
As long as it's not in the house, someone in their house.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. If you hire a tutor, they'll come to your house anyways.
And
And if a teacher just wanted to give you tutoring, they could show up at your house and tutor you at your house.
I think that's where it's not allowed.
But not them coming, not you coming to their house. Them
No,
coming
that's
to your
also
house.
not really like you should. As long if you're alone with them, that's never allowed.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like U.S. at least. I'm pretty sure, like home in general is like not allowed, but it's okay if it's like a big group. But even then, it's like that depends, I guess, on the school because that's still like not supposed to be happening.
Yeah, I mean, I've met up with teachers outside of school in groups before.
Yeah, groups are usually it's better than no group.
Yeah, but one-on-one, it's just that seems odd to me unless it's at the school itself.
Yeah, if it's one-on-one at the school, probably be ideal. Hey, Axel. Hello.
Well,
So she's basically saying, hey, call the maid service at night and request me.
Why?
To help her out, I guess.
Well then she's not getting paid, right?
No, we have to pay her every time I call her.
So how is that helping us at all? That feels like a disservice.
She does do maid services for us, so
So your teacher becomes your maid?
becomes your maid. So you actually get to
That's ridiculous.
so there's like dirty clothing you get when you're in palaces and stuff, and you can have her go over to the laundromat and she'll wash them for you for however much money it is.
Wow.
And
okay.
later on she will brew coffee for you, which is something you can normally do by yourself, but she does it for you so you don't have to spend the night doing it. And then the level 10, which is the max, she gives you a card that gives you free services so you don't have to pay money anymore. And she will come and give you a special massage at the end of the night if you've been in so when you're fighting in the other world, when you come home, you can't go do things outside at night because you're too tired, air quotes, too tired, mostly because Morgana yells at you. But if you use her special massage at night, you can go out and do things at night.
Oh, that's really weird. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, that's really weird. Oh boy. Can't like his guardian guy hire her instead? Oh, that's so strange.
But then I wouldn't get the special massage bonus.
Ugh. I mean, you're technically under that guy, so would that not just count?
This has gotta be it.
Oh, that's so strange.
By the way,
Not the spare undies.
Can I get her up here?
wanna get going?
Who am I supposed to give this to?
Morning.
Great Marty supply one.
Did he say morning? It's definitely after school.
Oh, it's at Cadry's. Morning, maybe he like slept for the evening. Or maybe
Well,
it
we're
did.
at the gym.
Or maybe he means it like hello.
I guess. I'm guessing it might have been.
Oh, you know what? It's probably
Poorly
one of those
translated.
generic, because they probably record a set number of things, and they probably had him say morning as a hello, so that whenever he was saying anything that had to do with hello, he would say it there.
Yeah.
Could just be one of those.
And we are meeting. So Ryuji dealing with Kamoshida during track, and then him breaking his leg. One of the upperclassmen who's now in college is talking to us, saying like, "Sorry, I should have stood up to him too."
That's apologizing to Ryuji.
Yeah.
Where is this guy? Isabel.
For real?
Oh, he's really up there. Okay. Alright, well, let's continue tracking. I didn't realize there was a cliff. The person is he just gone.
So there was also a previous teacher that was under Kamoshida, who was basically like his lackey, and they're bringing the track team back to the high school, but Ryuji hadn't heard anything about it, and they're using his lackey as the teacher because he volunteered, but he's basically a miniature Kamoshida. So a lot of Ryuji's next couple of things will be
Around
trying
that
to
guy.
figure out, trying to figure out how to get rid of him, because he's obviously just using it as a stepping stone to become Kamoshida.
마르니는 위대합니다.
Wait.
자세를 낮추시오.
Oh, posture check, right? Exactly. What is this guy?
마르니의 실험에 참여하시겠습니까?
Marnie's original? Is it this one?
위대한 마르니, 최고의 마르니.
Or maybe it's this one?
당신의 스스로 마르니의 영광에 보태십시오.
All right.
마르니는
That was the one.
위대합니다.
Yes, I can give it this
See ya.
What's bonking?
Right, I forgot that gives crystals. Okay. No one's there. I might as well grind here.
Ah, you're back.
How do I unlock Boomy? Never remember. Okay, it's an automatic. It's fine with me.
What's automatic?
I was trying to figure out. There's another confidant that's relatively helpful. I was trying to figure out how to unlock them. Couldn't remember if it's an automatic one or not.
Yeah.
All right then.
And could you explain confidant again to me? That's just one of those things that fight with you, right? Like it's not a persona, right?
No, so confidant is just a character that you can spend time with to increase your bond.
Mm-hmm.
And as you increase the bond levels,
You get stuff
you
out.
you get perks out of it.
Gotcha.
And then as you're fusing personas, each confidant is related to one of the arcanas on a tarot cards.
Mm-hmm.
And each of the personas is related to arcanas on a tarot card on tarot cards.
So when you get their bond, that persona gets stronger as well.
Well, when you fuse them, they gain more experience and better things when you have a higher bond with that specific arcana character.
Gotcha. Okay, fine.
So
Now I
it would be
understand
kind of
it, 'cause I was a bit confused.
like if you were crafting a fire type and you had a really high bond with the fire type person, it would be a much better fire type versus if you were trying to make them and you had a very low bond with them, it's going to be less effective when you create them.
Mm. Hey, Dark Ninja.
Most of the key characters in the game are going to have a social link attached to them for a confidant.
Okay, makes sense. I guess because not all of them you can fight with, so technically you can fight with them as a persona form.
So Sojiro, who's the guy whose house I'm staying out, he's a confidant. He's never fighting with you, but he's one of the first ones you get.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
And all the Persona games have social links, which are what the confidants are. They're called social links. They just call them different. So Persona 5, it's confidants. I think they just call them social links in 4 and 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh. Don't get stuck.
All right.
There was a Persona game I remember that had a girl with like
Rest
pink
is on you.
hair and pigtails.
Pink hair and pigtails?
Yeah, and then there was like a bear with like
That's
there's, like,
Persona 4.
I remember that game being like super popular. I saw her everywhere.
That's most likely Rise, which actually tomorrow I can go and find a picture of her because I know there's one in the subway.
She's the idol you were saying. I now remember. I think you showed me her, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember.
So
I remember her being really popular and seeing her everywhere.
Yeah. So what is it? Persona 4 is probably is the most popular until Persona 5 came out. Persona 4 was kind of like the stepping stone into the Persona world for most people because it had a completely different feel than the rest of them, and it I don't want to call it 70s themed because it's not, but it has that like bright colors with like lots of circles and shapes and stuff. But it was my first game that I played that in the Persona series. I went and bought someone had recommended it online, and I watched a bunch of videos on it, and they were like, if you like JRPGs, go play this game right now, but you can only play it on the PlayStation 2 or the PS Vita, the PlayStation Vita. And I was like, I really want to play it. So then I went and bought a Vita and Persona 4.
Oh my god, the Vita, that was at the handheld PlayStation or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, you're like unlocking like a deep repressed memory.
A deep memory?
Yeah. Oh my god. That like failed, didn't it? If I'm not wrong.
It failed horribly, and it's all Sony's fault because they could have made that
would have been so nice.
So it had an OLED screen in 2010, which is like technology we're just putting into stuff now. It had the power to play PS2 games with no problems. I.e., it played Persona 4 just fine. It played Metal Gear just fine. It had full controls. It had a cartridge-based system. It was perfect. It even had cellular connectivity. The only problem it had was that the storage on it was not micro SD, which was what everybody was using in 2010, 2015, or whatever the time that it was around. They had their own proprietary storage, and it was expensive. If they had, and it had a proprietary charger. If it had a standard charger, a standard USB, micro USB charger, or a standard mini USB charger, and had a standard micro SD card slot on it, I have no doubt that it would have been way more popular. And then you added the fact that
everyone plays PlayStation. Most people have PlayStation, or like, not even most people. But, a lot of people play it. If they got a console, it's usually PlayStation.
It was still during the time of the Xbox 360 kind of being the more popular console. So it was right at the end of the Xbox 360 and right at the start of Xbox
PS4.
One when PlayStation 4 took the lead and PlayStation took the lead from Xbox. So I understand it not being as popular, but at the same time, it could have been so much more if Sony had just put a little bit more into it and not done the stupid proprietary storage thing. And that was one of the main reasons people didn't want to buy it. So they're like, what do you mean I have to pay 3 times the price of a 64 gig SD card to have 64 gigs on my Vita?
Or you could just have a PS4 and move on.
Yeah, have a PS4 and move on, or play a PlayStation 3. And the only other problem was that Sony just didn't make enough games for it and didn't support it enough.
Well, I thought it worked like a Steam Deck where you could play everything on PS4 on the Vita.
So it actually had a really cool feature that PS4 still uses today. You could play your PS4 games on your PS4, but do it remotely from your Vita. So if your PlayStation 4 was connected to the internet or connected to your network,
I've tried the remote play for PlayStation. It's not that great.
It's gotten better.
Yeah,
I've tried it recently. It's actually doesn't have nearly as much latency. And for something like this, like playing Persona, because this didn't used to be on PC, it was only PlayStation 4.
Right.
So I was remotely playing Persona like downstairs when my PlayStation 4 was upstairs.
Yeah, because I've played it too, but like I remember I played Uncharted 4 on it when that had come out, and I remember I was like, the delay is ridiculous. I tried to play Assassin's Creed on that too. I ended up just moving my PlayStation to my room and using my I had like that screen, you know what I'm talking about? The screen that you can draw on. I just rigged that up with an HDMI cable in my room and I played it in my room like that. Because that lag was too much. And I always put it back the second someone noticed. And no one ever notices because I'm the only one who plays games. But then that one time a year my sister wants to play, she'll notice it's gone. She'll be like, I want to play it. Why don't you put it in your room? Like, you literally didn't touch it all year. What do you mean? So, it's always like that.
That was my family too, because I was the big gamer person.
It's also hers, her PS4. Oh. It's not mine, obviously. That's the thing. She asked for that instead of a computer. But now that she has a computer, she only plays Valorant.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and the original Xbox came out, my mom got us an original Xbox, like the whole family, as a Christmas present. Got the original Xbox, and got my brother Halo. I think I got Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. My sister got some girly game or something.
Not girly game. Damn.
Well, I like Barbie or something to that effect. I can't remember what she got because my sister was very much into like.
You're being judged by me.
Yeah, that's fine. You can judge me.
Barbie games had some incredible gameplay, excuse me.
Hey, you know what? I played the Barbie horse. There was like one that you could like raise horses or something like that. Are you coming out as a horse boy? I lived on a farm.
Oh, sorry, you've already come out as a horse boy. I forgot about that. You've been coming out as a horse boy this whole time.
I did never. Growing up in the fair, we were always told by the older guys, don't date the horse girls. There's problems over there. Anyways, so we had this family Xbox. Well, eventually I was getting into games heavily at that point. And I came home wanting to play something with my buddies, and the Xbox was missing.
Oh.
It wasn't in the cabinet. And I was like, huh? So I ran up to my mom like, hey, where did the
family Xbox go?
Where did the family Xbox go? And she goes, oh, your brother took it to his friend's house. And I went, it's the family Xbox. And she's like, well, your brother took it. And I was like, but it's supposed to say it's the family Xbox. Why is he taking it? She's like, well, he wanted to take. I was like, so I was pissed. My mom got mad at me for being pissed, and I was like, whatever. Well, again, I was a farm kid. I sold animals on the side that I from the farm because I used to own animals and I would breed them. And I bought my own. I went to my dad's and I was like, hey, Dad, can I take my profits? Air quotes profits, because my dad, I helped during haying season, but my dad basically took care of the animals when I wasn't up there. But that money was mine, and my dad knew it. So I took my profits from my bank account, and I went with my dad to buy my own Xbox. So I bought an Xbox, 2 controllers, and I already had some games, but I bought like one more game or something like that, and I put it in my room. Because I had a TV in my room. It was a small, like, 19-inch CRT TV, so I plugged into that. And I had my own Xbox, so I played my games in my room.
Amazing.
Well, my brother, who kept taking the Xbox over to his buddy's house, broke his Xbox. Well, he broke the family Xbox, so he dropped it.
Oh, okay.
And, what, Axel? Sleepy is a villager. You are trying to say Mona?
Oh, it's because I was saying that Schleppy's playing Minecraft IRL. I think that's what you're talking about.
Oh, gotcha. So I was playing my games on my Xbox because was my Xbox. I paid for it.
Right.
Well, my mom came into my room one day. My brother was complaining about not having an Xbox to play, and she said, "Let your older brother play Xbox on your Xbox." And I
you're
looked
like,
at her,
This is mine.
and I went, "This is my Xbox." And she goes, "Well, he broke the family one." And I'm like, "Well,
Sounds
that's
like a
too
him
bad.
problem.
He should get a job and pay for his own. I bought this Xbox." Now, I'm like 9 or 10. But I paid for it with my money.
You have a valid point. That's true.
I have a valid point. He broke the
And
family one.
He
It's
broke
his problem.
it. Yeah.
My brother was also about 5 or 6 years older than I am. So I'm 9. He's like 14, 15. He's old enough to get a job. And
Or at least do the same thing you did.
she forced me to let him play on my Xbox while I was playing it, by the way. And so I was like, cool. So when I went to my dad's and I took my Xbox with me, that Xbox never came home with me. And she came into my room the next week and was like, "Your brother wants to play Xbox." And I went, "It's not here." And she goes, "Where is it?" I'm like, "At my dad's." She's like, "Why is it your dad's?" I'm like, "Because it's my Xbox and it's at my dad's." So I gave up my Xbox time to spite him.
As you should.
And my dad, like, my mom talked to my dad the next time that he came to pick us up, and she goes, "You need to bring the Xbox back." My dad said, "Why?" And there was a small fight between my mom and my dad because my dad was on the side of logic and was saying,
Well,
it's his
yeah,
Xbox,
because it makes
he
sense.
paid for it. And my mom got all upset about it, and I was like, well, at least I've got one parent on my side.
No, because I feel like that's a parenting move right there. That you bought it, it's yours. And if he
mine.
broke his or the family one, he needs to replace it on his own.
And she's like, it wasn't his money that bought it. You bought it for him. He goes, no, it's money he paid for, where he made by selling animals as a kid. And because she was trying to figure out how I had this like 12,
Oh, she didn't believe that you
$1,300.
bought it.
She didn't believe that. She thought my father bought it.
Oh, okay.
And I was carrying it around. But at the same time, she was still like, well, the family Xbox broke, so it's taking the place of that. And I'm like, no, I bought this because that family Xbox was gone half the time. Like, no, it's mine. And then eventually she gave up on it, and my brother bought his own and went and got a job and bought his own.
And that solved that.
But yeah, oh my God, there was so many fights over it. I'm just like, I bought it. This is mine. This is mine. And when mine died, I didn't go and complain to my mom and say, hey, my Xbox died. I want you to buy me a new one. Guess what I did? I went and bought another one like a normal person and spent my money on a second one.
And you're valid for that.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. And plus, it's not like, he'll die if he didn't have an Xbox. It's not like something that's like really
100%.
like you need it. Like what Axel's saying, the car thing. Like if someone has to go to work and stuff, borrowing a car because the family car broke down. Okay, that you have to do because you need it. But you don't need the Xbox.
You don't
That's
need
like
the
a
Xbox.
leisure item, and he broke it by carrying it around
Broke
like
the
a
family
fool.
one.
Yeah. No. No, that makes sense. I would. That's righteous. That's righteous fury. I understand. As a 9-year-old, I too would be very upset.
I was 100%.
Yeah. And I always asked my sister first before I even took it, because I took it to college with me, but I had asked her if I could because she didn't play it. First time she said no, but then after like half the time when I was gone half the year and she didn't play it at all, when I asked her the next time, she was like, all right. And then whenever I came back with it, she was like, actually I want to play it. I'm like, all right, I'll bring it back every time I come back. And then she would just play it whenever I came back from college for like a week or two. And then I would go back again with it. So it was nice that she loved me. I mean, honestly though, the thing is, the PlayStation was hers, but it was my games I paid for for her. So I think she thought of it that way. It's funny. My goodness.
We always had fights. We had fights about it about video games all the time.
I didn't grow up playing games. It wasn't until college I started, so honestly, I didn't have that issue. I'm grateful for it. Plus, we have like a 10-year age gap with my sister, so there's like
That's very true.
I don't have much I could be fighting her for. Anytime she'd be like, "Oh, I want that," I'd be like, "All right, you can have it," because at that point I started working as soon as I got out of school. So as soon as I got out of high school, I was like immediately had a job. So I was always doing something. So my mom was like, "You're always drinking Starbucks like with my money."
I did that too, and my mom was totally fine with it, but it was.
She would complain about it because she'd be like, "You should save," and I'm like, "Well, you know, I got a scholarship. I'm gonna spend my money at my work for stuff I want to buy, so I don't need to save for college."
You should save your money for you should save your money for a house in the future. And you know what? I'm sorry, Mom. I should have. Dumb.
She was right though. Yeah, I agree. I wish I had saved it, but at the same time, those drinks brought me joy. So you know what? I will never be upset about spending money on something that made me happy. I'll maybe think it was stupid, but I won't. I won't ever hate that I did it.
Exactly. I won't ever hate what I did and what I bought when I was living at home. But at the same time, my brain's like, man, if I had, well, there's a part of me that goes, man, if I
just saved that money,
Bitcoin, when I first heard about it, I'd be a millionaire right now, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. But if I had just saved that money and just saved a small portion, I'd be at the point where I could buy a house by now, and I could have my own house.
I was like, I should have had a gamer setup. I should have spent all my money, had a full-on gamer setup, and started streaming in 2010 or something. If only.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
If only I could have told my old self, continue recording your gameplay on that old Dazzle or component things and looking terrible. But you know what? Maybe you'll hit it before everyone else hit it.
It's funny. But at the same time, like that's whatever. It's not a big deal. It's just money that could have been spent. I could have been rich. I used to like make really stupid stick animations too, back in the day, and people would like comment, be like, "This is so simple, but it's funny," and I'm like, "Oh, amazing!" And I made like 2 animations.
I had that too. I did that too. I made one where it was like a guy shooting a rocket launcher and he blows up a cow. And then I made another one was like a pirate ship or something like that. It was 2 of them. And some guy was like, "Hey, these are looking really great. Keep working on it." And that was the only 2 I ever made, and I was done.
Yeah. Mine was like a dancing animation with me and my cousin, because we were just going crazy. We were on like a sugar high or something, and we were just going wee wee, and it was just like this character dancing to us, like cackling, going wee wee. So stupid. Oh my god. It took like maybe 5 minutes to make.
I might have to send my sister an email. I would actually be willing to share it with you. There is a home video of my sister and I got a digital camera for like my like 11th birthday or something.
Oh my
like
god,
that.
did you make a video of yourself?
that could record video.
Oh my god.
And there is a video of me and my sister just making up these random stupid skit things. And there's it still makes me laugh every time I think about it. I have to send my sister a message. I might just send it to her now.
Oh my god.
Actually I won't, because I'll wake her up.
Oh yeah, what time is it?
It's 10:40. Yeah. So it's literally my sister at our old CRT computer, and like the glow of the monitor is like blue on her, and she's like, she overlaid her own voice on top of it, and it says like, "She's a crack cocaine manager. Her lips are blue." And I don't know. It's so funny. And we're like
that would have been great on Vine.
9 or something like that. Oh my god! If I could get it, I might split it up and put it on something, because it was absolutely ridiculous.
Oh my god. I like that you said that you made those skits as a kid. I was making skits with my cousins even in like, because we went on a trip to the northern areas of Pakistan, which is like completely like out in the countryside. Absolutely stunning. It's like going to freaking like the Smoky Mountains, but there's like not as many people because it's literally in Pakistan. And we didn't have any internet. This is 2019 I'm talking about, just before COVID. And we were like, well, what do we do? So we just started recording on our phones, and we made this really stupid like MTV cribs of our stupid shack that we were staying at. It was like a huge like villa, but it looked like a freaking shack. So it was like, it was run down, but it was like, how many bedrooms was it? Like maybe 6 or 7 bedroom house?
Holy crap.
Yeah, it was gigantic, but it was ancient, and of course it was on the top of a mountain, so upkeep wasn't amazing. And it was like freezing, so we were all like sleeping in the living room. We put all the mattresses in the giant living room, and we were sleeping all in the room. But we were bored out of our minds because we didn't have internet. We were like, we're just addicted to the internet, so we were like, what do we do? So we made an MTV cribs of that house, and we were like pretending like one of us was a murderer, and we were hiding bodies in the basement.
Oh my god.
My cousin, she was so into it. Oh my god, her acting. Oh my god. But I'm pretty sure we were just like high off of life, because
100%.
I don't think it's as funny as but whenever I watch it, I just die every time because it was hilarious at the time of making it. I do miss that trip. That was a great trip. But I always make skits whenever I go to Pakistan when I visit my family, because there's internet, but it's like we just kind of hang out together. And so when you hang out together and not everyone is using their phones, it's like, what do? Well, you do stupid shit like record dumb videos. I always feel like a child whenever. Yeah, whenever I'm hanging out with my cousins, I always feel like we revert to like children, as if like we don't have phones and internet or anything like that.
Oh, me and my cousins too. Like,
yeah.
The last time we met up, we were at my aunt's house, and it was so my cousin, one of my cousins is only a year older than me, and then the other cousin is 2 years older than her. So he's 3-ish years older than I am. So, and then me, and then my little sister, who's 2-ish years younger than me.
So you guys are like kind of the same age almost.
We're kind of in very similar ages. And then you add in my older siblings, who they hung out with our cousins a bit, but not a whole lot. My older siblings are a little bit detached from the rest of the family. But that's just kind of a personality thing for them than it is anything else. But
gotcha.
Me and my cousin, the cousin who's a year ahead of me, we went to school in high school the entire time with each other. So she was constantly dragging me around because we were both in band. We were both doing all the like extra band stuff, like pet band, marching band.
That's the fun thing, though. I love that.
So she was constantly picking me up in her car when she started driving.
It's like another sibling.
100%.
Yeah.
So the last time we met up at my aunt and uncle's house. We're sitting there like joking around because we can all drink, and we're just chilling. And my sister goes, "Oh, by the way, I got a new taser," and she pulls out this like stun gun out of her thing.
I see where this is going already.
We all start just stunning the crap out of each other
while
we're intoxicated. It was hilarious.
Oh no, that's so stupid and so funny.
No fun, no phones, no nothing. We're rolling around in the backyard, stunning each other with this stupid taser.
Oh, that's so fun. Seriously, hang out with cousins. I don't know, something about it unlocks like the childhood.
Now my older cousin has 5 kids, and because that was a few years, that was a while ago now. He went to the army, and then he went to the Air Force, and then married a woman who had 3 kids. Now had 2 of his own. So now he's got 5.
Huh. None of the cousins my age are married with actually one cousin is married, but none of them have kids yet. So I feel like until my cousins are like having kids and stuff, I won't really feel old. They've all got they've all got jobs in their own places, but none of us are married. We don't have children. So it's nice.
Yeah.
But again, I do have like 50. I told you, I have like 50 cousins that live here where I'm at. And
Yes.
and we have like the sections of cousins who are like in their late 30s, early 40s. And they have this section of cousins who are like my age in the middle. And then you have the cousins who are like teenagers. They hang out with each other. So I grew up with the ones that are my age, like since we were like babies. We all lived in the same place. So literally, four of my cousins still live across the street. Like, they had to move back because of COVID with their family, just like me. And so we ended up living across the street. Like, in high school, we lived across the street from each other. All throughout middle school and high school. And it was great. And then we all moved out, went to college, got our jobs. And then COVID was like, actually, come back home.
No.
Yeah. And we all came back, and it feels like like we're kind of going back in time. It's like it's kind of weird to, when I leave at my house, I just see my older cousin. She's just like, hey, Mona, what's up? Oh, this is flashbacks to when you used to drive me to high school when I missed the school bus. Because I used to take the bus to hang out with my friends on the bus, but she would drive to school because obvious, right? And then whenever I would miss it, I would just go with her. But my friends would complain. They'd be like, where were you? Hello? I don't know how I did it in high school. I was way too social in high school. Oh, I didn't realize my weight's too much.
I was one of those kids that like everybody knew and like was acquaintances with, but like I only had a small group of actual friends, but like I could get along with everybody.
Oh, gotcha.
So like if I walked up and was like I sat at a different table, like
I'd be just fine.
Most tables I'd be just fine. I'd be like, hey, what's going on? And they'd be like, oh, okay, it's just Andrew's here. Like, cool. But especially, and I think it helped because our band program was so big. So
you met people like that through that.
Yeah, so our band program was, our school had I think 2,000 kids. My high school had 2,000 kids, and the band was about 500 of them. So like 1 in every 4 students was a band student.
Oh, gotcha.
So we commingled with choir and the theater kids. So add in those, you're pretty much, most of the students had some sort of correlation. Yeah, I mean, my cousin was a year older than me, so I knew everybody who was a year older than me.
Oh my god, that's exactly the same.
Yeah,
the cousins in every grade.
I didn't have cousins in every grade.
I
only had one cousin with me.
Oh my god. It's like everyone would be like, oh, aren't you Tima's cousin? I'm like, oh, yeah. So,
yes.
And then they'd be like, alright, cool, you want to go to this party? I'm like, oh, okay. We're going to the movies. You want to come? Like, I don't even know you like that, but alright. She'll like see me while because we have like this open air mall next to our house, and she would sometimes see me while I'm walking with my friends, and she'd be like, she'd be, I don't want to say it, but smoking in the back of the mall area, the open mall, and she'd be like, oh, hey, Mona. My friends would be like, oh my god, you're friends with the stoner kids. I'm like, it's my cousin. Please.
It's my cousin.
Don't judge me, because I was like a AP, gifted and talented,
that was me too.
top 10%. So like me by association, I'm also like I knew everyone since like 4th grade. So that's how I knew everybody and was friends with people, was because we all like literally since 4th grade we're all in the same school. And so I'd be like, Mona, you know them? Like, it's my cousin, I swear. Leave me alone. But she was so like outgoing and popular. I still remember everyone would be like, oh, do you know where she is? I'm like, listen, just because she lives across the street doesn't mean I know her whereabouts every moment. But because she would always be like showing everyone off, she'd be like, oh, did you see Mona's painting? They have it up on the art board and everything. She would be telling people about that kind of thing. So she was always hyping me up, but because of that, everyone would be like, oh, are you guys siblings? Or something. I'm like, no, please.
Just my cousin.
Just my cousin, but I was so happy when she moved back across the street, even though, technically it wasn't a good thing that happened during COVID, but it was so weird to see her again. But now I see her all the time, which is nice. Just the other day, I had Jersey Mike's delivered, and she saw me picking it up, and she was like, "Mona." And was like, "You try to come over here," because I hadn't seen her in like 2 months. You live across the street. I see you getting Jersey Mike's. So I spent some time with her earlier this week. Oh my god.
My cousin was the reason. It was funny. My friend group, we were nerdy kids, but my cousin's a year older than me, so my sophomore year, so I knew all of her friends because obviously she dragged me along to everything. So after band events, especially like freshman, sophomore years, we didn't have cars, but she knew upperclassmen who had cars, and we would go to pet band or marching band or the football games
pet
or
band,
whatever.
by the way? What is that?
So we had football games, which was required that you went to everyone in band had to go to them. We had to wear our marching uniforms, were these thick wool uniforms that had like a almost plastic liner. So basically you sweat the entire time and you're stuck in it. So when you open it up, you can literally, like, your shirt's soaked.
God.
I wore a lot of deodorant.
I feel like that would probably smelled so bad.
Oh, it was really bad after marching. It was okay during football because football was cold, so they were actually somewhat useful. Right. But marching band was in spring, summertime, so it was hot, and we're in wool uniforms. Anyways, so we had football pet band, air quotes, but we just called it football band. Then we had marching band, which was in the spring, summer, which was just the same thing as just marching band as you think of it. But we had pet band, which was optional, where we would go to the basketball games and play music in the bleachers.
Oh, gotcha.
We weren't required to wear our marching uniforms. Every year we got a band t-shirt made, and it was someone in band is artistic in some way. So they would someone would design a band logo, would have it printed on t-shirts. We'd pay for them, and then we go play music just in t-shirts.
Okay. So it's like you're not officially there, but you're there, quote unquote.
We're there with the band. Our band teachers showed up, but they weren't directing anything. They were having the students direct everything.
It's just like kind of cheering them on, but
cheering the basketball team on.
Yeah, but you technically weren't there.
And the cool thing about it was because it was basketball versus football, we weren't like standing there all the time, playing in between plays. Basketball could go on for 10, 15 minutes before a break happens, and we had to start playing again. So we'd actually just get to watch the basketball game for free. Nice. So we went to basketball games as pet band. It was cool. We got extra credit for doing it, which was always nice. We usually got to screw around a bit more because it wasn't super official. So,
did basketball teams not get bands to come to game? I thought they did.
Universities, I think they do, but high schools not a lot. At least not in our district. They did.
Gotcha.
So it was our district was actually slightly rare to see one of the other bands there, and it was really weird for our school to do it, but it was really fun. So we'd get to screw around, and I'd play songs entirely one octave above what it was supposed to be. And it would sound fine because it was an octave above, but I was pushing myself and pushing my skills because
you were in trumpet, right? Something like that.
I was a trumpet, so it sounded like screaming half the time. But anyways, so after those events, because they usually got done around 10, 11 o'clock at night or whatever, my mom didn't care, and most of the other band kids' parents didn't really care all that much because we were good students. We would stay out and go do random stuff.
So they didn't care. Parents didn't really care when we were out so late. I feel like at that time, 2010s, we were out.
We were out and about. And
we were still in school. But parents were like, whatever.
My mom said as long as I had my cell phone on me.
I didn't even have a cell phone. I didn't have one until I
My-
started college because my parents were like,
As
"You're
soon
not
as
gonna
I
have
hit
one."
high school, my mom was like, "Okay, you need a cell phone because if you're going to be doing all these band things, like I need to be able to get."
My
in
parents
contact."
did not.
Okay.
They were like, no. My mom was afraid I would like that some like I would get like bullied or something, which I didn't understand because I think she had seen
Most time
you know
you
those like online because that was like such a huge thing at the time, right? Where people were getting bullied on social media or something like that. I don't know. You know they're like doing that fear mongering thing. Where they're like, have you been checking
there
your
was a
kid's
lot of
phone? And my mom fully bought into it, so she refused to buy me a phone all throughout high school because she was so scared that I would either get kidnapped or like bullied or something. And in college, when I was like, look, my college is so far away that I have to stay. I need a phone. Please, if you can, I'm like paying for everything else. I'm on a scholarship. Just please get me a phone.
I need a phone.
Put me on the family plan. I'll even like pitch in. Cause I was tutoring and getting money that way, and she was like, "Fine, okay."
Okay.
But it was
My
so
mom wanted
hard to convince. Oh my god.
My mom wanted it immediately after I started high school. She's like, "Well, I had to beg a little bit because I was like, I need texting. That was the big thing. I
Right,
needed. Like,
and-
she's like, wanted a phone,
Oh
but
my
I need
god.
texting.
Everyone was using Instagram and Snapchat, and I'm over here like, people were like, "What's your snap?" I'm like, "Bro, you can snap my mom." She'll
can snap my mom.
She'll forward it. She'll show me. It was so funny because people would snap my mom.
Oh my god.
And they'd be like, when I was snapping your mom to ask her how to make pancakes the other day, like, why the fuck are you snapping my mom? And she didn't say anything to me. Oh my god. You're like unlocking all these memories. Remembering everything.
Well, I want your mom's snap now. I want to be able to ask her about
Yeah,
pancakes.
she doesn't do that anymore, obviously.
Darn.
But it was so
missed out.
funny because she would be like, "All right, yeah, so and so snapped me the other day to tell you about this movie that they're going to." I'm like, why did you tell me so late?
They were asking me to go, and now it's too late.
Yeah, it was funny. At the time, I was so frustrated by it, but when I look back, I'm like, that's kind of
That's
funny.
hilarious.
And she was just looking out for me. I get it. And also, I think it wasn't as required now to have a social life and have a phone as it is now. Like, I could not have had the same social life now. Like, kids, you need a phone now. So like,
You need a phone now.
I remember
Yeah.
I told my mom when my sister was in middle school, and I was like, you need to get her a phone. Like, I was struggling, and that was like in 2010, 13, 14, and I needed the phone then. She definitely needs one.
She definitely needs it now.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that my cousin actually helped me with too. Was she picked me up for a pet band game, and she was like told my mom, she's like, he needs texting.
Yeah.
My mom's like, why? And she's like, he's not gonna have a social. He's not gonna get a girlfriend if he doesn't have texting. And my mom's like, okay, fine. And I was like, damn.
That would have been a reason to
That
not
was
get
that
me
easy?
a phone.
She's like, okay, fine. He can have texting. And got me unlimited texting.
Your
Then she
mom was
found
like,
out
get
exactly
this
why he
guy
had
a
unlimited.
girlfriend.
But so what's funny was we would go out to the local diner after pet band games and hang out till like 3 a.m. and sit there as like I'm a freshman, my cousin's a sophomore, and we got rides from juniors and seniors, and we're all sitting at this like giant table at the local diner just eating like random appetizers and stuff and having food and like goofing off and giggling and whatever, and the diner loved it because we were really we were really chill. So it was like we were goofing off, but we weren't loud, we weren't like disrespectful. And so I did that like freshman sophomore year, and I got to know tons of her friends and tons of upperclassmen or whatever. And I knew her friends a lot because a lot of them she had grown up with, so I had met when I was a kid, because obviously
Gotcha.
they'd be around when we go to family functions or whatever.
Right.
Well, one of her friends was I will say on model class of looks, and was very, very attractive.
Okay.
And she ended up being one of the drum majors during her junior
Did you
senior
shoot your
years,
shot? Like, what happened?
well, no. I didn't really have to. So I was sorry, my phone went off. That was not the game, that was my actual phone.
I wasn't sure it sounded the same.
So she ended up, there was a student that was a year above us who she was kind of dating, who he asked. No, I was a sophomore. She was a junior. She was dating a lower classman who was actually a trumpet player too.
Like a freshman?
And he was a junior. He was a sophomore.
Okay.
So me and him were sophomores. She was a junior. So he was like a trumpet prodigy. Like there's no way in heck I could practice enough to be as good as he was. Like he was amazing at playing trumpet. He was built different. But he also had the ego of someone who was built different.
Gotcha.
And so he would constantly like not want to perform with us. He got the teachers to move him up to the junior band.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, I don't want to deal with this. Like, I'm way better than that. I want to go up a band, which is fine. I understand.
Oh, that's how he met her, probably, right?
That's how he met her. And then he ended up, he gained an ego so much that he even said that he didn't really want to practice with the band half the time that he was in, and he would go practice by himself. Okay. And the teachers let him do it because he was part of like a local youth symphony, and he was working on being
okay, so he was like
local symphony.
He could back up his.
Oh, he could back up his skill 100%, but he had the ego to go with it. So
right.
They met, they started like dating, and she was like, "Hey, I want you to come to prom with me," because she's a junior and prom was only junior senior. And he's a sophomore. Now, you are a god among
of course.
Guys, if you get a junior girl to ask you to prom.
Right.
So he was like, "Oh, okay, cool, yeah, sure." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool that she's going." And my cousin, she wasn't dating anyone. To be honest, she never really dated anyone when we were in high school. But my mom was like, "You should take your cousin with you." And I was like, I don't want to be asked to the prom by my cousin. Thank you very much.
People are gonna say some really.
People are gonna say some stuff. So I'm like, I don't want to go. That's not. I ain't doing that.
Right.
And my cousin was actually like, it might be fun to bring you along. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that.
No. That would have been really funny. I think your friends would have been like,
it would have been hilarious to be honest. Looking back, oh my god, it'd be hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
I was just chilling, but he was gonna go, and it was like the talk of the school that he was going as a sophomore or whatever. Well, the same night that prom was, which was in downtown Portland at what was the name? The Crystal Ballroom.
That sounds fancy.
It's semi-fancy. It's a venue that does a lot of concerts. It's very nice. So they were gonna go downtown Portland for for prom. The same night, he had a concert with the youth symphony that he was a part of. However, the youth symphony concert ended about an hour into prom, which prom for us was like 4 or 5 hours. It's a pretty long thing. And it was literally down the road. So it was fine. He could get off of that and then go meet her at prom.
Right.
He wouldn't be able to do the kind of normal prom stuff at the start where you kind of like meet up at the house and
the corsage and the pictures.
Corsage and all that, but they could do it at the end, or they could do it outside or whatever. Well, he decided like a week and a half, 2 weeks before prom, he wasn't going to go to prom anymore because he was just going to do his symphony thing and then go home.
Oh, okay. Did she know that?
Well, she told her that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you telling your significant other I'm not going to do the thing with you because I'm just going to do my thing and go home.
All right.
On a very large thing that's a part of like high school experience, which you only get to do twice.
Some people really don't put significance to that, though. For them, it's like that orchestra thing or whatever he was doing probably felt more important to him. But still, it's like your significant other's important thing, right? So
it was important to her, and he definitely knew that.
Damn.
Well, let's just say they weren't dating anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he seemed to not care. And I was like, God.
Oh,
damn.
okay.
And so my cousin comes, like, because I met up with my cousin for like a pet
thing,
and she wasn't
there.
there.
You go instead? Oh my goodness.
So my cousin's like talking to me.
Yeah.
And she picked me up for a pet band thing. She goes,
"Oh, that's fun. I'm excited."
What are you doing on prom night? And I'm like, nothing. I'm like, well, I'm not going to prom, so I'm not doing anything. Why? Oh, no reason. And I went, okay. And she had talked to my mom while I was getting like she showed up and she's like, hey, I need to talk to your mom real quick. And, oh, okay. Well, she walked into the house without me.
Okay.
And I went, huh? And we get to pet band and her friend's there. And again, I know her, so she had been very distraught the last like week and a half because obviously whatever this thing had happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, but she seemed chipper and whatever, and so I walk in and it's very chillax during the pet band things. Like everybody's just hanging out in the band room. We're all just like putting stuff together, screwing around with each other. And I walk in and my cousin is like runs up to her, and I run over to kind of like hang out with my friends and then go and grab my instrument. And her and her friend walk up and go, hey, we need to talk to you real quick. And I went, okay. She goes, well, she needs to talk to you real quick. And I went, okay.
Typical high school.
I'm like, that's weird, but okay, I guess. I mean, she's a section leader, but she's not a section leader for my thing. And like,
oh, did you think you were in trouble?
I didn't know if I was in trouble. I didn't know what was going on because I'm like, it's weird that she wanted to talk to me alone. So my brain's like trying to figure out what's going on. And to be honest, I was slightly an awkward kid in high school, and it's like we walk over and I swear everybody was looking at us like so we had the band room, which is this big open area that had like steps that people would sit on, that like chairs and stands could sit on. So it was like elevated as you go up. But then at the front, we had a door to the left that went in between. It went into the theater where we did all of our performances and like had changing rooms and stuff. And that place is very, very dark. And there's only a few reasons to go in there as a band student during times when you're not doing performances. And let me tell you, band kids are like rabbits.
Right.
So me and her walk into there alone. And I swear to God, everybody was looking at us. And I was very confused. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So we walk in there. And she goes, hey, do you want to go to prom with me? And I went, huh? And like my brain's trying to correlate as to what's happened because I had known that she'd broken up with him, but I'm trying to figure out like
how did it lead
how
to
broken
this?
up are they? What's going on? Why am I being asked? My brain's like not correlating any of this. And she's like, it is true. We are like rabbits. So I'm like,
I want.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'm like, I'd be happy to go to prom.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, cool. And she was super duper chipper about it. She gives me a hug and then runs off. And I walked out and my cousin's like giving me the thumbs up. And I'm like, I walk up to her and I'm like, why didn't you warn me about that? She's like, I wanted it to be natural. And I was like,
that was not natural.
That was not natural at all. So I'm like making fun of her, and
Oh, that's funny.
It did not take more than 30 minutes. And now the girl I had a crush on, who is also a sophomore, comes up, and she was dating somebody else in the band, And she walks up and she goes, "Well, is it true?" And I went,
Oh
"Is
my
what
god,
true?"
not
She's
the
in my friend group.
drama. Oh my
And I'm
god.
like, "Is what true?" And she goes, "Is it true you're going to prom with X person?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're going to prom together." She goes, "She just broke up with that guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, so?"
Not the
so-
so.
and
Oh my god.
And she's like, "You're going to prom with someone else's like
Ex.
significant other?" I'm like, "They're broken up." And I'm like, and she asked me. I'm like, I'm going to prom.
Like it's an
And-
opportunity.
This is opportunity. I ain't giving up. So
Oh my god.
we ended up. She had talked to my mom because my mom had to quickly go and get a tuxedo rented or
Oh, gotcha.
get a suit rented. So like literally the next day, my mom was like, "You need to go get a suit rented." Drives me over.
She had
gets
to
me the
make sure
suit.
you would actually be able to show up.
I have to be able to show up.
That's funny.
And so we didn't get it. We got tux. I got a corsage, and went over to my cousin's house to do the whole thing. And obviously, they were going as a group anyways. So, like, I meet up, do the corsage thing, and we end up. Someone had I can't remember who rented a limo. Someone rented a limo, so we took this limo down to prom, and luckily I don't remember how I got a hold of it or what happened, but tickets had already been finalized, so technically I wasn't able to buy a ticket, but then someone pulled a string. I'm guessing it was probably a band connection with somebody on student council or something. Got me a ticket. Someone got a ticket somehow, so I got a ticket. So we took a limo down to this venue in a downtown, and we had a great night. What was funny was, so there were other band members that were also in that youth Philharmonic thing, and they had come to prom because they weren't gonna miss it.
Right.
So, well, guess who showed up and decided to come to prom anyways?
Oh my god, no way.
I don't understand why, because he's a sophomore. 2, he's not coming with the person he was originally going to come with, but he still had a ticket, so he showed up.
Oh my god.
I made an enemy that day.
You took
well, I made
someone
an enemy from when he.
Girlfriend?
I made an enemy. I made an enemy from him because he heard the rumors that I was going with her to begin with.
Oh
but
my
then
god.
I made an enemy with him
The
because
drama.
he
Oh my
literally
goodness.
walks in and we are dancing. I am a terrible dancer, but it is totally fine to be dancing in a group. And we were quite close, even though like I had obviously known that we were just friends. It wasn't that big of a deal. But
So was there a confrontation? Like what happened? I need to know.
He gave me the cold shoulder for the rest of high school, to be quite honest.
Oh my god. Were they still dating
but-
afterwards?
Oh no, they were completely done.
Oh, okay.
Completely done. And to be honest, I was like, yeah, no, that makes sense. And I should look her up again.
I was like, you remember we went to prom together?
Well, I was just thinking, I'm kind of curious whatever happened to her. She ended up
gotcha.
She didn't really date very many people after that, and then
At least in school, yeah.
well, I lost track of her during college, but
Maybe it's time to
yeah.
shoot the shot again. Who knows?
I'm good.
No?
To be honest, she was very, very successful in school. Like she was very she was popular,
Well,
she was
you miss every
attractive,
shot
she
you
was
don't
smart.
take. You miss every shot you
Well,
don't take.
yeah, she's probably already married with like 2 kids and lives
True,
with a lawyer or
because
something.
she's older than
but
you, so makes sense. Who knows?
only by 1 year. Come on, man. It's not that much. But yeah, it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Oh my god.
And one of the perks of having a sibling or having a cousin 1 year ahead of you.
That's funny.
And so I got to go to 3 proms during my high school, because then the next 2 years I went to prom as an actual junior and senior. I went to 4 proms.
4?
I went to prom with a senior after I graduated.
Oh my gosh.
Because my girlfriend at the time was a year younger than me.
Oh, gotcha.
So I went to 4. I went to 5.
Oh my god.
So I think it was after I graduated, the faculty said that prom was becoming too dirty with the dancing. So they were instituting a bunch of rules that said that they couldn't do certain dances. They couldn't they basically went to the whole like keep space for Jesus level of dancing, and the student body rose up and said, I'm not doing that. And they decided to have their own unrelated to the school dance at a different location. So they had 2 proms that year. They had the school one and then they had the non-school one, which the non-school one was at a it was in downtown again, but it was at a club that on certain days and between certain times they would have no alcohol, so that kids that were between ages of 16 and 20 can come in and have like a nightclub type experience, but not actually have the alcohol involved. Mm-hmm. So they rented out this entire place for a night to do that, to have prom at, but they had 2 proms that year. So yeah, I went to 5 proms as a kid.
My god, 5 proms. That's crazy.
And what's really funny is when I went the year after I graduated, I showed up at the school one, and of course like teachers were there, but like all of my old teachers were the teachers supervising, and like I walk in and they're like, what are you doing here? I was like,
they're like,
someone younger than me,
super senior.
I'm the super senior. I also showed up to a lot of band events as a super senior. I snuck into band events.
You went full super senior, huh? But I mean, you had friends in band, you know. So
I had friends that were under. It was so funny. So we had a football game, and it was the year after I graduated, and my girlfriend at the time had to go, and I was like, well, I want to go, and she's like, well, I have to buy a ticket, and I'm like, no, I don't. I went and grabbed my trumpet because I have all the music. So if you didn't have a marching uniform, you had to wear all black.
Not
so
you.
I put all black on. I put all black on. Grab my trumpet.
Oh my god.
Because the drum line always just wore all black, so they wanted it to match the drum line if you didn't have it. Grab my trumpet. Drove her there. We show up. We walk in and there's security out front, like checking people. And if you're a band member, they obviously let you through. Well, I had all black on. I had a trumpet in my hands. They just let me right through.
Oh my god.
I walked through.
The school security. Love it.
We get there. And she has to go stand with all the saxophones. And I have a trumpet in my hand. And I go, okay, I'll see you later. She goes, huh? And I'm like, I'm going to go stand with my section. So I walk over. I go and stand with the trumpets. And obviously I know a lot of the underclassmen. So I show up and I'm wearing a black hat, my black uniform, got my trumpet, and I'm pulling my trumpet out. And a bunch of them look at me and they go, Andrew, what are you doing here? And I went, well, I brought her and I thought I'd just hang out and play. So, and they're like, okay, you have to stand on the edge of the band, like
not you fully
not
committing
inside.
And actually joining
you have to
them.
stay on the edge of the band and wait for the band directors to walk by and see if they notice you. And I was like, oh yeah, 100%. So I'm literally standing on the edge of the like right next to the walkway in my full uniform with my trumpet, and my buddy who was a year younger than me is now a drum major, so he's like the one directing the band. There's like 3 of them every year. He had come up to check on all the trumpets, and because he was also the section leader, and he sees me and he goes, what are you doing here? And I was like, I brought her. He's like, oh, this is gonna be hilarious. But I'm like 100%. And so he went back, and everything starts off, and I start playing, and I start doing things that are like you're not really supposed to do, where I was playing much higher notes than I was supposed to be doing. And obviously the band directors could hear it, but they couldn't figure out where it was coming from. So they're like walking up past the trumpets, and they walk past me, walk up the steps, probably about 5 or 6 steps. They turn back around, walk back down, and they go, Andrew, what are you doing here? I went, I'm a student.
Definitely a student. Oh my god, that's crazy.
It was hilarious. I showed it to a lot of them that way, and most of the time I would just bring my trumpet with me. I'd pull up, go through the security, so I had to pay the like $10 to get in or whatever it was for the high school game.
The fact that you committed and stood with the band is crazy. I would have
loved
gone to sit
sitting
with
the band. It was
everybody.
hilarious.
I would have sat down.
Well, I had nobody else. I had nowhere else to sit. If I sat with everybody else, I don't have anyone over there that I really know. With the band, I know everybody.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
Oh, so fun.
5 times prom and
Like I said,
you're dead. Please.
Multiple
Oh my God.
homecomings. It was.
I didn't do all that because I told you I wanted to be a punk, so I didn't even go to prom. But I didn't go to prom for a specific reason. All my whole year, I think most of us didn't go because of the fact that we were supposed to do a senior prank, and then the person who was like our main person for the prom, I don't know how to say it, was it like the director, prom director, whatever, she actually ratted us out and told all the assistant principals, or maybe she told the principal, I don't know who she told. She told what our senior prank was, because we were being told not to do our senior prank that year. And so our senior prank was going to be like us putting like literally thousands of cups all over the senior hallway, like in the classrooms, and it was going to be full of water. And we were going to just have it like that, to have like our classes canceled. And so
that is the most like non bad senior prank I've heard.
Yes, and so she told on us, and so basically we all decided not to go. And so we live like our school is really close to the beach, so we decided to go have a bonfire next to the water. That's the beach that I always go to that you can drive up to. And so literally like half of our student body, and of course there's like 5,000 kids at our school, and my graduating class was like almost 1,000 people. So like imagine like 500 kids at the beach. Unsupervised. I mean, there were like we did have like some of our like older students show up too, like graduates and stuff, but that's what we did for prom. And I wonder, like, when I saw pictures of what prom looked like, it looked so empty. I kind of felt bad. But I didn't plan the beach prom, so it was whatever. It was fun.
That was the one they'd start cracking down. The school run prom was absolutely, it was dead, and the only reason I had to go was because my girlfriend at the time was on the student council, so I had to go because the student council had to go, and I was like, man, this is really boring. But it was at the zoo, so
prom
we did
at the
get
zoo?
access to the zoo. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They had like a, what do you call it, like a, not a convention center, but they had like a big conference area that they would normally run like displays and stuff through, and they rented it out for a night, so all the displays and stuff were pushed to the walls, and then they decorated for prom. But then you could also walk around early and go like see the animals towards the evening. It was kind of cool.
That's
but
nice.
It was very dead.
Yeah. Ours was just at the mall, our nearby mall. We have a huge mall.
Yes,
and
I'm
it's like
fine
a
now.
fancy like area where everyone was going
Pretty
to, but
scary, though.
no one ended up going. It was like half the people, more than half the people were definitely at the beach. I felt a little bad just because, obviously it is proms, but in a way we kind of had our own prom there.
Yeah.
So. Plus, I don't think I would have been allowed to go to regular prom anyway. I feel like my parents would have been like, no. So I luckily I didn't even have to worry about asking. It's just like, we're actually gonna have a thing at the beach, and she's like, in my mom's brain, prom is like, oh, could get drinks could get spiked, whatever. But for some reason, she didn't think at the beach.
that was gonna happen. That's the easier way to do it. There's
right,
no
the one that's
watching.
not supervised. She was like, oh, that should be fine. So I went to the beach. It was great. It was great though. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. Oh my god. But it was still sad. Everyone was so upset about our senior prank not being able to happen because we were like our student council. They were like preparing and getting all the cups and stuff, and everyone was donating and bringing stuff. So we just had like thousands of cups that we couldn't even use. It was ridiculous. I think at the time they were like it was like hazing was a huge issue too. So that was like all over news. So I think that's why our senior prank was getting like. Like our principal's like, if anyone comes forward about the senior prank, you know, you'll get a reward or something like that. It was, I think that's why she ratted us out. The only way I knew that was her was because like she had told one of her friends, but she was on the council, but she was part of the people who were helping with the prank. That you had to keep it secret. Like we couldn't tell anybody. Like you either knew who was doing the prank or you didn't know. It was like that. And so she knew. So she ended up telling everyone who had done it, who was the whistleblower for that. So that girl was hated basically throughout like the rest of our school year. So that's why I felt bad.
The smallest prank I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was a silly
terrible.
prank because we were like, okay, we should tone it down because we had lots of other ideas too. Like we had an idea where literally no one would show up, but we would bring all our cars and surround the parking lot. Like that was like an idea as well. Everyone would have their cars and block off the parking lot and leave. So they would tow us. Maybe I don't know.
Oh my god!
But like it would trap all the teachers at school. That would be a pretty good
prank, other than the fact that your car getting towed.
Yeah, but it would have trapped the teachers at school. So that was an idea. But we were like, we should go somewhere where we don't have to pay like that much money to get our cars out. So the idea was the water, but of course, it was upsetting, honestly, that had happened. But you know, it is what it is. I'm not as upset now when I think back on it, because obviously it was a silly little thing. But I felt bad because her senior year was ruined. Yeah. Which probably sucked for her because she was also the person who planned the prom thing and whatever.
Like, I get it. You wanna be the, like, I was definitely the kid that was like, man, we gotta follow the rules kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. But like silly stuff like that, like, you know, like senior skip day stuff, like, you know, you just want to participate in these fun little things. Oh,
senior skip day was hilarious.
Yeah, I loved it. It was an exam day.
Oh god. We had teachers that would say that they were gonna, because the teachers almost always knew when senior skip day was going to be anyways.
Yeah, and they would plan around it. I remember that.
They planned around it, but I had a bunch of teachers, because I was in AP classes, they were like, you know, we're gonna have a really big exam that day.
Yeah.
And I was like, sure you are. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's always what happened.
I went and told my mom, I was like, hey, can I have a note for this day? And she's like, is it senior skip day? I go, yeah. And she goes, yeah, you can have a note. So she wrote me a note. And I was like, cool. And she's like, you were just going to write the note yourself, weren't you? If you didn't get, I didn't give this to you. I'm like, oh, 100%. Because I knew both my parents' signatures,
I could
like my heart. And so, she's like, it's fine.
I'm glad this is a universal experience, because I would have done that too.
100%.
I was so ready.
I had a couple of times used forged. I had made forged notes to get out of school, but especially when I had my car.
Yeah.
100% when I had my car. But
did you really come here from home in your gym
clothes? It was. Senior skip day was fun. We had a bunch of senior pranks. Like a bunch of seniors took it on themselves to do their own small things, but we threw a bunch of bouncy balls off of the roof of the school during like one of the passing periods. Like a bunch of people climbed, because so my school was made when my mom graduated from my high school.
Oh, that's so nice.
My mom was the first graduating class.
First graduating class? Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
So when I got there, the school was, let's say, almost 30 years old at that point. They had built they had a bunch of portables, but they also had built a extension to the school. So my school was entirely in brick, but they built this like extension to the school that had an you can only get to it from the outside of the building. You couldn't like go through the building. They didn't continue the brick on. It's just like it was like basically like a 2-story shed It was really loud in there because like if someone was walking above you, it sounded like someone was like literally walking on your head. Anyways,
okay.
Because they built it the way they did, it was super easy to climb to the roof from the exterior of the school.
Oh dear.
So we constantly could get up on there. So, and the teachers knew about it, but at the same time, they couldn't fix it. So our senior year, they climbed up on the roof, and I even helped with this one. Climbed up on the roof with totes full of bouncy balls that we bought off Amazon. And during a passing period, we off 3 of the roofs of the school, because our school was kind of U-shaped in that area, dumped bouncy balls onto concrete. So bouncy balls just flooded this entire atrium area.
Oh my god.
And then we all scrambled to get off of the roof before anybody saw us. And I didn't get caught, and those that did get caught kept their mouths shut. So
oh man, that's so fun.
we did end up also, they like some kids decided to buy milk three weeks earlier, and then like gallons of milk.
Oh
and then
my god! And put
when
them
school
in there.
ended, they ran through and smashed them on the floors
Oh,
in the
no.
hallways. And
This
I'm
feels
like,
so bad.
that
I always
was-
hated
that was
those
a
kind
dick
of
move.
pranks because then we suffer too. Because we also had some seniors, they put like eggs everywhere, especially after that our prank got canceled. So they hid eggs places, so we got rotten egg smell, and no one could find them because they were hidden so well. But every now and then someone would find a rotten egg. Oh man, it stank so bad. Oh. I never think that was those kind of pranks are good, because then we are suffering. Like, this needs to be a problem for our principals and teachers, not us.
Yeah.
Especially if we're gonna be there.
They made the senior class go pick up all of the bouncy balls.
Deserved.
It was deserved. And I kept a couple bouncy balls for myself, put them in my pockets. They made us throw them away, but I snuck a few in my pockets. I was like, I'm keeping a couple of these.
Of course, you guys paid money for it, obviously.
That outfit?
Oh, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Of course.
We just ended up skipping a lot of days because of that whole ours getting canceled. Like, people were very upset about it. Like, I kind of put a downer on the whole like graduation. But by the time like graduation like week or two came around, everyone was back up in spirits.
Yeah. I did I don't know if your school did it, but our graduation was actually like, let's say like 3 weeks before the actual end of school.
Yeah.
So we got to skip the last 3 weeks of school. So I even showed up like 1 or 2 days to screw with the band teachers and showed up into band classes. I really liked screwing with the band teachers by showing up, but
I mean, if you were close with them, it makes sense. I did that with my art teachers all the time. But after I graduated, I never came back. But yeah, those like last 2 weeks where we didn't have to come to school. Yeah, I was showing up randomly, but mostly to say bye to friends that were younger than me and then my teachers.
Yeah, we ended up. My girlfriend at the time was also in AP classes and such, so she was taking the same AP classes that I had taken the year before, and like she would show up to like AP study sessions. Like we had an AP history teacher who was this chill dude. It's absolutely hilarious. I nearly failed his class because I was just not focused at all. But I did love going to his class. I would like show up for study sessions and like he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I'm here for her. I have to sit here because apparently I have to be here for some reason." So, and I'd like sit in these study sessions, and then he would like call on me, like during these study sessions, because I had taken the class the year before. He's like, he'd ask because it was AP US history, and he'd be like, "What year did X, Y, and Z happen?" And I was like, he's like, "Andrew," and I was like, "I'm not in this class anymore." He's like, "What is it?" And I'd say the year, and he's like, "You're correct." He's like, "See what studying can get you?" And I'm like, "I only got a 4 on the AP test."
4 is a good score. What do you mean you only got a 4? That's
I was pushing for a 5. I wanted.
But if you got a 4, that was a lot of colleges took 4s too.
Yeah. Well, my college took a 3. So.
Yeah. I regretted taking the AP classes. I should have taken dual credit classes instead, because I went to the community one nearby. Not community, it's the public one nearby, and then I transferred to like a private college after. So
Yeah.
it would have been smarter to take dual credit. But I remember because of my bio AP, we failed every single lab. Like, or rather than fail, we got a grade, like a good grade on it, but we never got the experiment right. Like it never worked for us, at least my group, and we were like every single time. So by the time the exam rolled around, we were like I don't know what to do. So I ended up drawing in the lab portion of the exam because I was like, I don't give a shit, I'm just drawing. So I just made art the entire time that we were supposed to fill out the lab portion.
Oh my god.
That was the only one I did that for. Everything else I got like 3s and 4s. That was for bio. Of course, I failed that one. I got a 1 on that. Everything else I got okay, but the lab portion, because like when we would have to stay after for lunch, because at lunch we had lunch right after that class. It was like our 5th period, and after was lunch. And so my teacher was like, "You guys get to stay," as if she was doing us a favor. But we were like, "Oh, we don't want to stay." We'd have to do the experiment over and over, trying to figure out. But we just never got it for some reason. I'm starting to think one of my classmates in my team, she must have been doing something to tinker with it or whatever, because I was so adamant on doing everything, getting it right, but of course it's a group effort, so I couldn't be fully in charge. Like I am what do you say, whenever I'm in a group situation, I always take lead. Like I don't know if you even noticed, when we're playing games together, I will be like suddenly I'm a different person. That's how I am with class too, and so I would be like, I'm in lead for this. I feel like she must have been tampering or something, because there's just no way I could not be that bad at biology that I messed. And I guess what I went to school for, I started out with, I went as a bio major.
Oh my god.
I know. And then my first semester, I was like, this is not what I want. And then I switched to art.
This is not my life.
Yeah, because my parents wanted me to be a doctor. So I took like medical science AP, anatomy and physiology AP. Like I was in all those. I know. But then the best class was my criminal psychology AP class, which was an amazing class. Loved that class. It wasn't criminal psychology. It was like crime scene investigation AP. Like it was like a special class that our medical science teacher was doing. And it was amazing. Like she would set up like famous murders. Like she had like a Julius Caesar murder set up in our auditorium, and she was like, okay, you guys are gonna investigate this, and she put clues around, and we had to figure out who. And she made like the murderer a different person, so we couldn't just be like, oh, we know who it is. But obviously she was like, there's one murderer, this is how it's gonna be, and we had to figure it. It was a great class. So that class I was happy, because you had to take anatomy and physiology and medical science to then take that class. Because it was a fun class.
I was like, I would take that class in a heartbeat, but
yeah,
man, I can't.
Everyone wanted in on that class, so it was a great
those
class.
other classes, no thanks, sorry.
Yeah, it was tough, but I was never really good at it. But AP Chem, I was also horrible at. But that's because I think my teacher hated me. I 100% think she just didn't like me, because I would always turn up late. Because the other thing I was into was art, obviously. So my art teacher I would always stay after to help her clean up. But I would get a late note to get to my next class, which was my chemistry class. So I'd always be like 5-10 minutes late, and she would, every time I'd walk in, she'd give me a little glare, and I would sit next to her, but she would ignore me the whole time. Like it was as if I did not exist in that class for her. So I needed so much help. So she ruined chemistry for me. I don't think I ever got back into that because of it. If it wasn't for my friends in that class who like helped me with my work, I probably would have failed that class, honestly. I did good on the test though, because I studied so hard, but leading up to that point was horrible.
From the metal frame.
Yeah, having a bad teacher really wrecks
yeah, because my dad loves chemistry and he was excited for me to take it, but when I told him about all this, he was like, damn, like he was sad for me about that. It is what it is. In the end, I pursued art anyway, so it didn't really matter. But we had some great art classes too, like cartooning, animation, 3D. That's how I learned a lot of my Photoshop and stuff. I started then. I'm glad I did. I feel like I use a lot of those skills now. Also, Axel, I did see what you said your cousin's prank was with the hay everywhere. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I could have done that too. I had access to a truck, and what is it?
Wouldn't that be heavy though to carry that around?
Well, I mean, all you have to do is make sure show up early with the truck with hay bales in. The hay bales are only about 60 pounds a piece, and you just throw them out, cut the hay twine, and then kick it around, and then you could probably get about 10 before someone might notice you're there, and then take off.
Oh, nah.
That's funny. I'm gonna probably end in a second because I need to just get to the next place.
In it?
I graduated my Shai, by the way, so she is now officially out of the season.
Whoa,
She's graduated.
Yeah,
We go and splitsies on this?
Yes. I've got a graduation cap. It's funny because we were talking about graduations as I did that.
What? How was that weird?
Boy, I'm like 2 frames right now.
Man, this
What
park is
happening?
trashed. No way this was all done by kids. It's gotta be the work of some no good adults too.
I lost full track of the
Don't mind.
the
plot.
story.
I stopped for a long period where
Oh,
I was
did
telling the
you?
story. I literally was like, I can't focus on doing this and talk, so I just talk.
You just give up on one.
Story time. So basically the school has us out cleaning up as a what do you call it? A public service day. So we're out cleaning a park, and we got to see the girl with the red bow. She was being harassed by some creepy dude,
Oh no.
and we got to stop him.
Huh?
What happened to you?
Sure. Oh, are you a collector?
Are you a collector?
Not exactly. Recycling companies collect these and convert
She has a
them into
portrait,
files
which
for
means she's
vaccines.
going to be important later on.
Oh, is she gonna be like a playable or not playable? But
Yes,
like,
she's one of the
I
combat.
didn't know that.
Nice. That's always fun.
Well,
But we're,
that sounds like an awesome way to bring more justice to the world.
3
Justice.
dungeons away from her.
I'm sorry.
I need to find out
But I'm
what
not
gear
sure
I
I
need for
follow
my training.
Before I add
mastery
taro to the pots, I have to rub them with salt to reduce the sliminess.
banner.
You're an
The only thing that
amazing
kind
chef.
of puts a damper on my band stuff is finding out about 3 years later that my one of my high school band directors was caught having a relationship with one of the students.
What?
Yeah. And
Oh,
there
no.
had been a lot of rumors when I was in school about that some of the girl drum majors had keys to their house. And I was like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, then one of my friends who became a drum major, and she said she had keys to their house to pick up instruments and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
But I trust her
Right.
because like I knew her extremely well, and I was like, yeah, like, if she was, I guess if she was having a relationship with one of them, I probably wouldn't know about it, but I would highly suspect that's not what was happening.
That's
And-
crazy.
It was weird. And then finally, a couple years later, I was out, and one of my friends ran into me, and he was like, "Did you hear?" And I was like, "What?"
Was it your friend
And-
who was?
No, it was a different person.
Okay. Oh my god.
He was like, "Did you hear that? That the police are looking into our old band teacher?" I was like, "What?" And literally, while we were in band, like I was at high school, we had another band teacher in the district get caught doing it. Like when I was in school,
What? Oh my
and he went to jail.
God.
And I was like, "No, I didn't." What? Like I got all the details from him. So what happened was, someone snitched that he was having a relationship with this student. However, our local police department obviously investigated it, The only thing they could find was messages between them after she was 18.
Uh-huh.
So he couldn't be charged for anything because she was over 18. It was 2 adults.
Oh my god, that's still
But his
crazy.
teaching license got stripped
Yeah,
immediately.
duh, because clearly that
Let me
means,
try this little
you know,
technique
that
here.
something was happening before.
It's still not good.
Yeah.
So he got fired and stripped of his teaching license. I think it was like 3 or 4 years after I left.
That's
but
so crazy.
yeah, it's the only damper on the on the high school band thing. I was like, huh,
Damn.
those rumors might not have been actually as
Rumors, really.
rumory.
Oh god. It's like actually I agree. It's still it's still weird.
It's weird. Yeah.
Damn.
So, after the soup's doled out, everyone's free to do whatever they want. Huh. Including getting the hell out of here.
Oh, that voice actor's familiar.
It sounds familiar, yeah.
I think it's the Heat Silver Heat something. I think.
I don't know the best way to put it, but it sure was a
Every
crappy
time I
time
hear
out
him,
there.
I just think of Zhongli. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy.
It's my favorite character.
Finally
Oh,
found
finally, she's here.
you. I was trying to find
Maybe I
you
won't
so
date
could
everybody.
thank
Maybe
you
I'll just date her.
properly for
We're
this
fine.
morning.
Can't do that.
So, where'd the other people in your group go? Ah, I see. I'm in pretty much the same situation. If it's alright with you, why don't we eat our soup together?
흥미로운 이야기나
Is she asking you out? Is that the
참고로
euphemism?
빌리는
Eat soup
대가로
together?
받아주지.
I mean, I guess
Thanks
they
for
made
the
a
food.
soup.
I want to thank you again for this morning. That man was even more frightening than he might have appeared to you. So I truly appreciate what you did for me. Thank you.
Oh, it's snowing.
Yes!
It's snowing.
It's
There's
snowing.
one more issue I need
God.
to address.
I don't think I've seen the snow
guessing-
I'm
here.
also so sorry
I'm saying I'm
for what
guessing in
happened
game.
the other day.
Yeah. It's oh my god, it's like 60 degrees out here right now. But it's
getting cold enough here.
I don't think it's gonna. Well, you know what? I'll wait till like end of January to
The
make that
run we had outside
call.
of the guidance office.
Yeah, because wasn't it like the end of January when the
Yeah,
big blizzard hit?
and then
took you guys out
February
for a
was
while?
ridiculous, insane. I've never seen it be that cold before.
There are a number of students in this school you shouldn't get involved with. This one's at the
Should I
top
even
of the
bother
list.
selling it like that? Let's just sell it normal.
The
Oh,
delinquent transfer student?
It's a memory, so it's
I know.
echoey.
It's so funny.
Mr. Kamoshida had just told me about you a moment prior, so I sort of spoke without
guys,
thinking
salty.
there. I heard some of my classmates gossiping about you too.
She accidentally out you?
I was, but I haven't paid it any real mind. I don't like gossip or rumors and the like. And I know this will sound strange since I just met you, but you
I'm
don't
guessing
seem like the
actually you
kind of
mean
person they describe.
centigrade, not Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay. So that must be.
It'd
That's
be
still
a
pretty
different
cold
story if
then
all
if
those
it's
rumors were
centigrade.
actually
Most
true.
likely
It's
it's
almost
centigrade.
freezing.
Yeah.
What were all the crimes
Okay.
I'd heard?
I
Burglary,
think. Actually, you know what? Now that it's
elephant
nighttime, it
tusk
might be.
trafficking, was it?
Oh, you know what? It's 46 right now. It's nighttime. What is that in centigrade? Like 20?
Probably.
15, 20? I don't know. Around that.
You said 46.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like 12 or 13.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I think it's is it 3/5 or is it 4/9? It's either 3/5 or 4/9 plus 7 degrees, something like that.
I just always like guess based on like in my brain I visualize like a pie chart of like or like you know like a fraction,
Yet everyone's
and then I
acting
just
in
kind of
their
go by
boots
that.
whenever
I
they
don't know
hear
how to
your name.
describe it. Like 100 to 0,
No, I
and
understand.
then 40 to 0. That's how
And you put them next to each other. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how I think about it like that. I'm more of a visual person.
introduced myself yet.
But I'm gonna quickly end stream. Are you gonna continue? I might mute then if you continue.
I'll have a little bit left of this cutscene.
Okay. Okay, I'll just mute real quick while I end stream. You can continue now.
Okay.
Actually, I should probably straight up deafen, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry to make you go first.
Oh, don't worry.
I apologize this was such a long time coming, but I hope we can get along well. I believe you already learned from our meeting at school that my...
Pop that back.
What the hell just happened?
Alright, I will be right back. Okay. Let's see. So today is Sunday. I think I have actually my schedule. Let me actually go ahead and switch to the scene so we can look at the schedule real quick because I don't remember. I think I've already updated it here. It looks like I did. Okay, perfect. So it looks like we are actually going to be playing Endwalker tomorrow, so that should be really exciting. And then on Tuesday I won't be streaming, but I might still stream something. It just kind of depends. I'm not 100% sure on that one. And then, of course, as usual, actually, let me switch back to video over here. As usual, we're probably going to be playing Raft on Saturday, and then we're going to be watching Bridesmaid as our movie night, which I'm excited about. That's going to be really funny. I'm looking forward to it. I know that that's Christmas weekend. I don't celebrate Christmas, so I didn't even think about it. So if you can't join, no worries. It's just a movie night, and it's Bridesmaid. It's a funny movie. Recommended 100%. And then on Sunday, if Akane is down, because she should be back, we'll be continuing Black Desert on Sunday. It's going to be the story. So I know that since now that I've graduated my character, I'm going to probably spend the week trying to build, try to get her to a better build. I'll have to learn what's good for a Shai. And also, definitely whenever Scholar releases, I'm going to be streaming Scholar as well. So I'm excited for that. Because actually I've made Scholar in Final Fantasy. So obviously in Final Fantasy, Scholar is like a healer class. But in BDO, I don't think she's a healer class. But you know, I'm down to learn. We'll figure it out. Whatever, she's new. I think it's coming out on the 20th. So I actually might stream BDO that day. I might switch up the schedule depending on that. The schedule's never set in stone anyway. So we'll go off of that. But let's see. But definitely Saturday's Raft, then Bridesmaid, and then on Sunday, BDO will continue the main story quest. So that should be good. I'll be on Schleppy's stream, so we're gonna raid Schleppy. I'm just gonna be ending my stream here, but I'll send you guys over to him, and we'll continue with Persona 5. I don't know how much longer he's planning to go, actually. So we'll see. He might end stream almost immediately, but we'll see how it goes. Other than that. Oh yes. Oh, January. I will be traveling in January. I'm going to be out of the country. So, but I'll be out for like a month. So most likely, if I have a chance, I'm going to stream there because obviously I'll have time when I'm over there. But if I don't have a stable connection, we'll have to kind of figure something out because I don't have any streams planned or downloaded or anything like that. What server am I? I just switch around. Since I graduated my character, I assume now I'm going to be mostly in... what server is this? Valencia. These servers right here, because that's where my guild is in. But Axel, if you plan to make one, definitely make a seasoned character so you can level up first. Because I'm going to be... As soon as Scholar is out, I'm going to be on the seasoned server again. So if you want to hang out, just go ahead and go to that one. Other than that, I'm going to end the stream here. So I hope you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys tomorrow or Tuesday. Bye!